everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Raeann, but you can call me Ray. Today's video, so I haven't done this on my channel before, but they definitely aren't a stranger to the beauty world, the YouTube beauty world. So Sephora's big sale is coming up, which I think it technically starts tomorrow. They have a couple different tiers of the sale, so I believe Rouge gets 20% off, and their sale starts tomorrow and goes until May 1st. And then VIB gets 15% off, starts on the 21st of this month and goes until the 29th. And then Insider is a shorter amount of time and only a 10% discount, which still can actually be pretty good depending on what you buy. But that starts on the 23rd and goes to the 27th. I'm actually just VIB. I don't really go to Sephora often. I feel like I've actually gone there a lot less within, like, especially this year, maybe even like halfway through last year. I decided to go to Ulta instead. They just have a better rewards program, and I don't always go for high-end anyways. I mean, I do and I don't, but a lot of the high-end brands that I like I can get at Ulta. So the only time I really go to Sephora is if it's a brand that I can't get at Ulta, or if they for whatever reason have it sooner than Ulta will. So which really isn't that often, to be honest. So yeah, today's video we're just going to hang out, talk about all of the things that you can buy on the sale. So I'm going to recommend things that I think everyone should try if you are looking for recommendations and you would like a good starting place of what you might be interested in buying. Then I'm going to tell you guys some things that I like that I would recommend. And especially because it is on sale, it's even better of an opportunity to buy it because it is on sale. So I'm going to start with the stuff that I recommend, and then I'm going to go through a huge shopping cart of stuff that I personally want. I don't know if I'm actually going to be buying many things or anything, to be honest. I did just buy a few things from Ulta, so a couple new things to review, and then just things just because I wanted more blushes and highlights and stuff. So since I made my Ulta order literally like yesterday, I don't know how many things I'll get for this sale, if anything, but there are a couple things, or a lot of things, that I would be interested in if I do decide to buy anything. So I'm going to start with all the things that I would recommend. I just kind of went through their website and was like, alright, what's stuff that's I can think of? Like, there were a few obvious things, and then I was going through it just to see like if there's anything that I was forgetting about. So the first thing I'm going to recommend is if you're at all interested in trying any melt palettes, there's been any palettes that you've been interested in, they are pretty pricey. And I know I say this every time I do a review, but their prices like actually hurt my soul a little bit. Like, and for all of you who buy like Natasha Denona and like Pat McGrath, you're probably laughing at me right now, but their prices kind of hurt my soul just a little bit. Like, obviously I'm still buying their palettes, but every time I'm like, okay, like I have to prepare myself kind of, especially like when they're announcing something. Like, I know they're going to come out something for like $420 because I feel like they do that every year, or at least they started doing that last year for sure. I know they're coming out with something, but I'm like already mentally preparing myself for like the fact that I might be buying it and it's probably going to be expensive. So for sure, their palettes. The first palette I would think of recommending would be the Gemini palette, like hands down, absolutely. If that is anything you're interested in, it's gorgeous, it's stunning, like I just love it. It's probably my favorite palette of theirs. It would be probably that one, the Smoke Sessions palette, and then the Rust palette. I actually don't have any of the other palettes, so the Millennial Pinks palette or the 27 palette. I think that's what that one is called. You could probably choose between 27 and Rust. I feel like you wouldn't need both of those. If you were interested in either of them, I'd probably pick between like one or the other, but for sure one of their palettes. Like, they're $58, or at least the bigger ones are. I think the Smoke Sessions one was like maybe $10 or $15 cheaper because it's a smaller palette, but they're $58. So having that discount, even if it's just 10%, 15%, 20%, whatever it is a deal. And if you've been interested in them at all, this is the perfect time to try them, because I know not everybody wants to spend $58 on a palette. Like, that's probably the most that I'm like, okay with spending. Like I mentioned, Natasha Denona and Pat McGrath. Those would be good options too if you're looking to buy any palettes. I have like a couple mini palettes of Natasha Denona, but I don't have any Pat McGrath, and I don't know, something about that brand, I find them super intriguing, but I don't know if I'll ever like bite the bullet and buy one of their palettes, not even during a sale like this. I don't know, maybe if I was Rouge, I don't know. How many times am I gonna say I don't know, because I literally don't know. For sure Melt and their palettes. I haven't tried any of their lip products or anything, but you could always pick up one of those if you wanted to as well. Definitely recommend. Those three are the ones that I've tried. The other ones, no idea about, but I would think they would be gorgeous and amazing, but not sure. The next thing I want to recommend is the Urban Decay Stay Naked foundation. So it is the one that I have on now. It is usually the one that I use majority of the time anyways. It right now for sure is like my go-to. Like honestly don't use any other foundation other than this one right now. So I definitely want to recommend this. It isn't, I would say it's like medium to full coverage, but it doesn't give me like, I usually like very mattifying stuff, and I feel like this doesn't give me a very like matte look. It's more of a natural finish, I guess you could say. I love this foundation, I really do. I like that it's able to be built up, and I also like that I can do like a light layer and still really like the way that my skin looks. Like I could do maybe 1 or 2 pumps of this and feel like confident enough to take pictures and to go outside, and I remember going outside, you know, so I can have it really light and still feel like confident, and I can also build it up and have it be that full coverage foundation. I love the finish of it. I just love this foundation, and yes, it is the one that I'm wearing right now. So definitely recommend this. So this actually retails for $39, just in case you guys were wondering. And there is another foundation I want to mention if you are looking for any foundations. So another foundation, which it would be a lighter coverage foundation, it's more of a light to medium one, would be the Bite Beauty Changemaker foundation. I really like that foundation as well. I love both of them, but I do prefer this one over the other one, over the Bite one, but I do think they're both great options, especially if you don't like a full coverage. You don't really need or want a like super full coverage foundation or the option to build it up. Then the Bite Beauty one would be a good option, because I do feel like I have to do more spot concealing with that, but I like the way it makes my skin look. So it still gives me a nice like healthy looking complexion. I really like the way that it looks. But again, it is a lighter coverage, which is why I prefer the Urban Decay one over that one. But I do like both of them. Once this one runs out, I will be going straight back to the Bite Beauty one. I can guarantee you that's what I'll be doing. So let's see, and that one is actually a little bit more expensive. It is $39.50. So the next things that I want to recommend are the Laneige, I think I say their name correctly, I honestly don't know. The lip sleeping mask and the face one. I love both of them so much, but the lip mask I literally wear all the time. Like when I go to bed, I'm wearing it. When I wake up, I'm wearing it in the middle of the day if my lips just need more hydration. When I'm doing my makeup, I'm wearing it. Literally 24/7, I'm wearing the lip sleeping mask like all the time. Not just when I'm sleeping, I have to have it on 24/7. I don't even use like a normal chapstick or lip balm anymore. It's the sleeping mask. So yes, I recommend that. I've tried the berry flavor and the vanilla one. I personally like the vanilla one a little bit better, but I do like both of them. I've always wanted to try the mint chip one. I don't know if that one might be a seasonal. I think it was just like a holiday one, but they do have a couple different flavors as well, if that's anything that you're worried about or wondering about. But I've tried the berry and the vanilla. I do like both of them. So, and that retails for $20. And then the like sleeping mask, the face sleeping mask, they have like the normal one, and I think they might have a couple different ones now. I've only tried the one in the little blue like can bottle, whatever you want to call it. Only the one in the blue package, and I guess I could probably put pictures up, so yes, I will do that. And then the next thing I want to talk about is the Fenty gloss bombs. So I know I talked about those in my video where I just picked 5 brands to live on for the rest of my life. If you guys haven't watched that, I will link that up here. I love the gloss bombs. I think I only have 1 or 2. Maybe I only have 1. I think I only have Fussy. But I love the formula of that. I need more of them. Like, I need more. It's just a really nice gloss. I love wearing it. Like, when I don't know what to wear as far as like pairing my lip to my eye look or whatever, I always end up going for that gloss. Now I also go for the ColourPop ones. That's kind of like on a tangent, but before I had the ColourPop Luxe lip glosses, it was always the Fenty one, and still I think I kind of prefer that one a little bit more than the ColourPop ones, and those retail for $19. And then the other thing I want to mention is the Fenty matchsticks. So I forget, let me go grab what one I have. So I have the one in Starstruck, so it's these guys right here, and this is what the swatch is. I just really like this highlight. I like the packaging of it. I like the fact that I can just kind of like swipe it on, so I'll just do that now. And then usually I just kind of pat it out a little bit, because usually it can kind of give you like a harsher line. But I just swipe that on and then pat it out a little bit, and I love the way that this looks. Like, it's absolutely beautiful. I need to get more of these, which maybe I will during the sale. It just got a really nice like consistency. It's not like, it's kind of hard to even describe it. Like, it doesn't feel like a powder one, because powder ones can be a little too much for some people. I really like the consistency of those Super Shock ones from ColourPop. I just really like the consistency of it. I just don't know how to explain it. I just feel like it glides on super, super nice. It doesn't feel, it's not sticky at all, which sometimes you would think something that you like swipe on kind of has like a sticky feeling, but it really doesn't. Like, it feels more of like a powder, but a lot lighter, and I like more like a thinner consistency. I don't know how to explain it. It's just magic, okay? It's magic. I'm not even going to question it, okay? It's magic. So these retail for $25, and they come in a bunch of different shades. This is the only one that I've tried, but I think I might need more. Alright, so the next thing I want to recommend is kind of expensive, and I'm sorry. And I've only actually ever tried the sample size of this, but I love this so much that I may need to buy the full thing. But the Tatcha water cream, I love. I love it. Like, it's given me more of an appreciation and love for the moisturizers that are water-based or like gel-based / gel-based, because they just feel phenomenal. Like, it's nice and cooling. It just feels really light, especially having like more oily skin. I don't like those super thick like moisturizing, like the thick creams. I don't like those very much. I will use them before I go to bed, because at least it's something that I can put on my face and it kind of sinks in to my face throughout the night, but it's definitely not something I would use in the morning. And the water cream is like, oh, it's lovely. Like, it just feels amazing. You know, I love the consistency of it. I love that it doesn't make me feel oily. Like, I could put it on right before I do my makeup and not even feel like self-conscious like I'm going to be a little more oily than I normally would, like I do feel when I'm using something that's a little more thick. And of course, you always want to use a lighter moisturizer in the morning or right before your makeup anyways, unless you're the type of person that's going to do your skincare, let it hang out for a little bit, and then do your makeup, then that's totally fine. But yes, water cream, I love it. Like, I'm almost on a mission to find a dupe for it, like a drugstore dupe, just because, yes, I love it and I'm totally okay with spending the money, even though I've never bought a full size of it. I've always gotten it in a little tiny thing. Anyways, I want to find a dupe for it, but I need to have it back, so I probably will buy it during the sale. It is $68, so like I said, I totally recommend trying a sample size of it. I know that was one of the samples that they were offering, like the point things, like where you cash in your points and you get stuff. It was one of those a couple weeks ago, so I don't know if they still have it, but if they have it for that where you can cash in your points and get it, or I'm trying to think of the word, or if there's any like sample sizes of it, like, not sorry, sample, like any kits with it, you need to try it. Like, I love it. Okay, and that actually reminds me of Silk Canvas. So I do like Silk Canvas. There is a drugstore dupe, which I'm sure you guys already know about, but the e.l.f. one I feel like is very similar. I do actually, I might be leaning towards the Tatcha one, but maybe it's just because I've been using it a little bit more recently. But I am starting to run out of it. So Tatcha Silk Canvas, I definitely would recommend even just trying. Of course, this is just one of the smaller, like, I guess you could say like travel sample size, whatever you want to call it. It was in a kit that I got for Christmas. So this and the water cream and a couple other of their products was in that. So if you can find something like that, just to try these products, even that would be like phenomenal. Like totally recommend doing that. I'm not sure if they still have any sets like that online. I know most of the time it's just during the holidays, but they do usually have the mini like sets of stuff. So if you can find one for Tatcha that has the water cream and the Silk Canvas, get it. I don't even know how much this normally costs for a big one. No idea. Okay, so the next thing that I want to recommend is something I probably should recommend when I was already talking about Fenty, but the In the Sun bronzer, I love it. I love it. It's perfect if you're fair. Like, it's lovely. It's just enough to make you look like you have life in you, but, you know, still without being like too overpowering. It's very nice, very buildable. I recommend it 100%. Even just any of their bronzers, I mean, I'm sure all of them are lovely, but if you are fair complected like me, I can tell you that I love the In the Sun one. I love it, okay? I love it. I just spit everywhere. And that retails for $30. And another Fenty product. This totally makes sense of why they were in my top 5, or my only 5 that I would ever buy from ever again video. Their mascara. I'm not a huge mascara person, but I do love this mascara, so it is the only one that I have right now that I really reach for. I only have a small collection of mascaras anyways. Like I said, I'm not a huge mascara person. I almost always have lashes on, but for those days that I don't want to have lashes on, I really enjoy this mascara. It's not clumpy. Like, I feel like you really would have to put multiple coats of this for it to start to clump out. And any clumps that I do get, I have a little comb, but it really like adds some length to my lashes, which I can appreciate because I got small lashes. So again, I really like this. And the brush is really cool. It has that like smaller, like flatter side, and then the bigger side, like genius. And this retails for $24. Alright, so those are all of the products that I would recommend at Sephora. If you're looking for any suggestions of what to buy, need a little bit of inspiration or a little bit of a push to be like, alright, maybe I will buy something. But yeah, those are my suggestions for now. I am going to do another video where I talk about the products that I want to try, but I was going to include it in this video and I decided not to, just because there is a lot of things and I actually felt like I talked a little bit more than I was expecting in this video. So just to make them both shorter videos, I'm going to go ahead and leave this one as just the products that I recommend. These are, of course, just products that I've used recently or really love recently. I'm sure there's a lot more I probably could have included in here, but those are the things that I reach for now that I think that you should try if you want to. I mean, if you are in the market for new makeup, want to try some things, you're more encouraged about trying these high-end products because of the sale, which, I mean, I'm in the same boat. Sales are the way to go, especially for Sephora, like, especially since our point system sucks and then they're not Ulta, but yeah, those are the things that I would recommend. I hope you guys like this video. Like I said, I will be doing another video where I talk about the things that I want. I don't know if I'm actually going to buy the things, but there are a lot of things that I'd like to try, so I am going to do another video of all of those things. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll see you next time.